Hey, good afternoon, Manchester, the hills and the surrounding areas. Was that the new God speaking?
That was the new
That
God
was the
speaking.
new God
Yes,
speaking? Oh,
God too.
Did you hear God too in there counting down the numbers?
Absolutely.
You did.
That's
Okay,
God
That's
too.
God
I always
too.
hear God.
Yeah, that's God too, our cameraman there.
Okay.
Okay. And we have a gorgeous blonde here. I haven't debated. There's still a ruling if it's real or if it's, a bottle bleach, but we'll keep that a secret.
Right.
Well, it's okay that it's bottle bleach because that means that I'm actually pretty intelligent.
Oh, okay. You heard that, folks.
She said that.
She is a real estate agent who's going to kind of guide us when answers questions we ask about how one can. If you're a first-time buyer, it's pretty hard to buy a house, isn't it?
Well, it's hard because a lot of people think it's so easy. And they think it's just really simple, and there's a lot of processes to it. And the fact of the matter is, when you hire a buyer's agent, you don't pay him anyway. I mean, typically, when the commission is decided between the listing agent and the seller, there's a part of that that's going to pay the buyer's agent to bring the buyer to the table. So for a buyer to try to do it on their own really doesn't make any sense. They're not saving any money, and actually they could be losing money because they don't have that professional help guiding them through the process and helping them understand all the paperwork and how it all plays out.
Do you refer to different banks or how show them how they can learn how to clean up their credit and stuff like that?
The mortgage people that I have relationship with, that I refer them to, they all know about all that stuff, and they'll look at their credit report and say, well, listen, if you pay this off or if you pay this down, et cetera, you can buy in 3 or 6 months. But that's certainly something that the mortgage people do, and I absolutely want to refer them to the mortgage people I work with, because if they come in with a letter from a online resource or something that they've just typed in what they make or something, and then the letter doesn't always mean anything, but if they go through one of my guys, I know that the letter is as good as God gave it to them, and they're going to be able to buy.
We have a call already. Welcome to Norman Friends. You're on the air.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Joan. How are you, darling?
She's early.
I'm so good. Did he call you?
Oh, no, honey. It's still pretty early.
Yeah, we just started.
He'll call around 5:15, okay?
Okay, so I'll call him after that.
Okay. Yeah,
All right. Bye, Joan.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. My heart goes out to her every time. I can remember the day that she called one time when I was here and she was flipping out on us. We didn't know it because we hung up. She'd get another phone, didn't know what, but finally got it on. But prayers, I want to say, once again, I'm going to ask all the viewers out there to please send special prayers to Joan.
Yes.
Steinberg, like that. She's not well. She has cancer of the eye, and I think it's getting worse. So, if we could send out prayers to her for healing energy and positive energy.
Yes.
You got my text about
yes, and send it out to your friend Teresa and her family.
Who just
God bless
passed away.
as she rests in peace.
Yeah, and anybody that has someone that we would like to mention that passed, so we can. She's passed years ago, but that's different,
So, can we back up a minute?
Sure.
Can you tell people your name and a little bit about yourself?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I did that. Old age.
You just know me so well.
That's
my
right.
name just
You're
emanates.
right. Yeah, that's true. I really do.
Well,
Thank you.
Being the guerrilla marketer I am, I always introduce myself as CamiBaker.com.
Okay.
That helps say it. So it's Cami Baker with a C, short for Camille. CAMI, CamiBaker.com.
And you're a real estate agent.
I'm a real estate agent in Bedford and have been a real estate agent for about 12 years.
What did I think you were in Hooksett?
Well, I used to live in Allenstown.
Oh, okay.
And I've changed my office a couple of times. And I did have an office in Hooksett for
You had
a while.
what in Hooksett?
An office?
What's an office?
Office? Office?
I'm from the South, dude. You better be careful.
Hey, sometimes I'm Southern. I have lived in New York City for a little while, so I can't say office. Coffee. Can we get a cup of coffee?
There's nothing wrong with coffee. But we're gonna have fun, folks. We really are. Okay, so but what
this
she
is
does,
my third time on the show with you.
yeah, and what she's
Wow, you're brave too.
yeah,
Brave and
see?
beautiful. I like it. It's a good combination.
One other thing I'm going to tell you is that she'll give it back to me. That's a problem, so I have to be nice to her. Well, almost nice to
I'm
her.
quick-witted.
Yes, it is. Not dim-witted, but quick-witted.
No, dim-witted blonde, quick-witted bottle blonde.
There you go. Oh, I got to remember that.
Blonde by choice.
That's right. How did you get into the real estate?
You know what? There was an ad.
Oh, I didn't know what. That's why I asked you.
Do you remember way back when people would actually put ads in the newspaper to get for an employment? And I was actually reading a newspaper, believe it or not, 14 years ago. About 12, 14 years ago, and there was an ad for someone to do research or something. It was pretty vague, but I answered that ad, and it turned out I was applying to be the assistant to a top real estate agent in Manchester, did 100 transactions or more a year, which is top 1% of all agents. And I got the job, long story short, and became his protege. I was his employee, but after about a year, he got me licensed, and then he took me with him to a seminar on how to make phone calls to prospect for listings. And I told him, I said, you just lost a good employee, but you gained a great agent. And I became a real estate agent, and now I do my own thing, and
I love the way you said
That's
that.
awesome.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
You lost a good employee, but you became a great agent. Okay. Now,
well, I wrote a story for Toastmasters, and in my story I say the only thing worse than being an employee is having them, because I'm just the true entrepreneur. I like to do my own thing, and I like
I
my
bet you
freedom.
would be hard to work for.
I think it's harder for me to work for somebody else.
But for
I'm
me to
more
work
of an
for
employee than a
you,
boss.
See, the one thing I will respect you on, you will never give one of your employees something that you wouldn't do yourself.
Well, and what I've learned to do is, instead of having an employee that I'm responsible for and taxes and all that kind of stuff, I just 1099 it. So like right now, I just put an ad on Craigslist looking for someone to do my social media and help me get a presence on social media. And so the people that are coming to me, I've told them, number one, no drama, no chaos, no negativity. Number two, all positive and good juju. And number three, I'm not having an employee. If you work for me, you work with me, and you pay your own taxes and whatever you got to do. I'm not responsible for that.
That's cool. More and more. I notice that more and more people are doing that.
Yeah.
They're having that, like that when companies they hire through labor companies and stuff like that, because they would give the temp services, they hire through temp service. That way the company whom they're working for doesn't have to worry about giving them the 401k, the insurance, taking out taxes. That's who the labor company they're working for has all that responsibility.
Well, plus being in real estate, it's so cyclical. 1 month I'll make 50 grand, another 3 months I won't make anything. And so when you have an employee that's beholden to $10-12 an hour, if you're not bringing it in, that's quite the burden. And so I have people that will help with the closing for a flat fee at the end of the transaction, and then I'll have these other folks who help with social media. And I don't want somebody sitting there that I have to count their hours and make sure they came back 15 minutes ago. I want them to be at home doing what they got to do and be able to pay them for the job, not for 10 hours of just sitting around messing around.
Right.
And what do you call a successful year for you? 10 houses, 4 houses?
No. Did you know the average agent, no matter if it's a fast market or a slow one, the average agent does 3 to 4 houses a year?
That's all?
A year, that's all. Back in 2005, when it was rocking, there was 7.5 million transactions in the country, and there were 2.5 million agents, 3 per agent. Then when it crashed, there were 4.5 million transactions and 1.5 million agents, because the agents got weeded through. Still 3 per agent. So this year I plan to do probably 36. I like to do about 3 a month.
I was going to say I'd say 5.
5 a month?
Yep. But
I'll take it.
But you've got to be a little more aggressive.
Oh, I don't know if I can get any more.
In other words, don't have the bleeding heart that I know you have.
Well, I have tried. I'm working on bringing out my feminine side and being more soft and more easygoing, because aggressiveness has been my my calling card, if you will, and I'm really softening that up.
But don't soften it so hard that you're going to lose out on your own wisdom. I'm actually seeing there's a $1.5 million house that you're going to sell.
Sweet. I'll
That's
take
going
that.
to be either in Goffstown or in Bedford.
Huh. Well, it's interesting you say that, because the most expensive property I've ever sold is $750,000. And during my trip to Costa Rica, we talked about presenting yourself as a luxury brand, whatever that industry is that you're in. And so I'm going to start being more attentive to going after higher listings.
Yeah, I
and
guess
higher
this is what I was
prices.
trying to, that's what the aggressiveness was,
yeah.
where I'm trying to tell you. Because by this time next year, if you haven't made at least $100,000 to $200,000 for yourself, shame on you.
Well, I made 130 last year,
Well,
and
let's
this year
make
my
it
goal's 2.
250.
250 is a good number too. I'll
Okay.
take that.
So if you don't do it, shame on you.
Thank you. I'll take that challenge. You heard it here first, folks.
Okay. If you do that, then I owe you a dinner. If you don't do it, then you owe me a
You
dinner.
owe me a dinner anyway.
I know, but you never call me to go out with, so I'm cheap.
Well, I tell you what, I'll pay.
All right.
We'll set
Oh,
up.
all right. I'll go with that. You don't need. I'm not bashful.
Yeah, right.
I have to tell everybody, folks. My friend Al Caprillion and I, we went to Belmont Hall yesterday for luncheon, and it was phenomenal. It really was. I had
Excellent.
their open chicken sandwich with the gravy and the mashed potato and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't eat it all. Okay.
You
And-
couldn't eat it all.
No, I really cut way back a little bit. It doesn't show it now, but I haven't smoked in 2 years. Cigarettes.
I'm not eating pasta or bread anymore, can you tell?
Yeah, I can see. Oh, honey, you're still sexy. If I was straight, baby. But I say that to
Close.
everybody. Yeah. But I had something I had had a long. I had pickled beets.
Oh,
Do you like those?
I haven't had those in a while.
Do you like them? No.
It doesn't even sound
Oh,
good.
they're
We had
delicious.
pickled pig's feet in my bar.
Ooh.
Isn't that gross?
Yeah. I used to go to these dive bars,
Oh.
and you'd see all these pickled peas. But it's a popular item.
And people would order them.
I like hard-boiled eggs, pickled hard-boiled eggs.
Yeah.
That is
You know,
I
I
like.
like those. You know,
I like
egg-
fried pickles. Does that count?
I've never had those.
Oh, yummy.
Really? Okay.
Fried green
But,
beans are good too.
Oh, yes, they
Wait,
are.
What?
Fried green beans.
Oh, I've never had those either.
Yeah, the
Oh.
upscale restaurants have those. Yeah.
I like fried green tomatoes.
Well, I'm from the South, so now
Yeah,
you're
so
talking my language.
you like cauliflower?
I do
I
like
love
And
collard.
not cauliflower. No, what is it? What is it? Szechuan
collard
seed?
greens.
Collard greens.
No, I don't like
I
collard
do like
greens.
collard
They're-
greens.
Yeah, with the soft
like-
pork in them.
That would cooked with butter.
Yeah.
Or my I had a stepmother that cooked them in vinegar. Oh, yummy, 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 yummy.
I used
Anyway,
to
we
like
went to
my
Vegas, too.
foster mother used to go out in the woods and get the dandelion before they blossomed or
Yep,
whatever.
yep.
And put them in salad.
Yeah, no, and boil them or whatever.
Oh,
You-
dandelion
you
greens,
could-
yeah.
Oh yeah, they're so. You know, Mother Nature, and I think gives us so much healthy foods that, like in the country where I grew up, you could live in a country with all these healthy foods.
Well,
You
you know,
know?
they say when you go to the grocery store, stay on the outside
Right.
where the dairy and the meat and the produce is. Anything in the center aisles.
Avoid,
uh-uh.
right. We pretty much stick to that. We really do. Unless we need steps to get our 10,000 steps a day, then we'll go up and down every aisle. But
When I saw you at the grocery store, we were in the center
Oh
aisle.
my God! My daughter-in-law, I think she does it purposely to see me get my exercise or whatever.
yeah.
I have I'll start from here, and she'll say, "Nope, we got to go over here." Then we got to go back over here. But I've been trying to break my routine and start this way. Because I always tell people you got to break your routine because you're pretty routine too.
Well, but when you mix it up, then you see things
Oh,
from a
I
different
get
That's
panicky.
perspective.
right.
When I go that way, I get panicked, so I have to go back to you. And like over here, you got the butter and all this. I have a routine, and then I try to. But I'm good at telling other people how to do it.
Well,
So I have to
you
practice
have to
when
walk.
I preach. Yeah,
You have to
okay.
walk the talk,
But anyway,
buddy.
I also at the Belmont Hall, folks, we got kind of go in there, have a great meal. May 10th, they're having a breakfast buffet. I would tell you now to call in early to get reservations.
Reservations at the Belmont Hall.
Absolutely,
For
because
Mother's
they were
Day.
for Mother's
Yeah,
Day.
Yeah, Mother's Day. Yeah.
Okay, the price is reasonable. I'm not going to tell you how much it is, but the price is reasonable. The waitresses are fantastic. Of course, I'm pretty much a star when I go in there.
Yeah,
you know,
well,
so.
as you should be.
Yeah, but the service and everything, which is, I would recommend everybody, but give them a call and just say you heard it on Norman Friends, blame Laura, but that's all right. You know.
We have a call. Welcome to Norman Friends. You're on the air.
Hi there, guys. How you doing?
Hey, Mary.
Hey, Mary.
Yeah, I was listening to you guys talking about the southern food, and I've been through Alabama, Tennessee, and down the northwest, down into Arizona, and I love their southern food.
Mm-hmm.
You know, are they healthy, Mary?
It is, yeah. And what you was talking, I had the fried beans in Alabama, especially. They have one that's really in grease, But is it delicious? You put it on your, I forgot what they call it. You put it on it. Oh my God, I loved it.
I have a friend that's always asking me about biscuits and gravy.
I
biscuits
love
Oh, I like
biscuits and
that.
gravies.
They're well known down there for that.
Yeah.
Grits. Got it. You know.
Almond and grits,
Grits,
yeah.
yeah.
You know. Mary, you're sounding a lot better. She came
You
over,
sound a lot better,
She came
Mary.
over last night, and she looked really good,
wonderful.
so I was very happy about that.
That makes me happy.
Of course, if she told me if I didn't compliment, she'd hit me in the head, you know, so I have to
That's
watch
right.
that.
Well,
You have to.
you haven't been smacked in the head enough lately, apparently.
No.
So we got to get on that,
And
Mary.
she
That's
beat,
right.
she,
You hit him one side and I'll hit him on the other side.
I kick him under the table.
You do this show just for the abuse.
yeah. And, well, she came over and played Scrabble. She beat us,
Of course.
you know, so that put a feather in her hat, you know. And, but she's going to be going with us to the Belmont Hall, right, Mary?
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and she does. Mary sounds a lot better. She was sick there for a while. We were really scared, you know. But I've known Mary for a long, long time. She used to be my bodyguard when I was growing up.
Ah.
Oh yeah, anybody mess with me, I just stay behind her and let them.
Too funny.
Yeah. How's your Have you heard anything more about your Cadillac, Mary?
Yeah, it's being fixed. I might get it. It depends. If they get the color back here from California, because that's where they have to go with it.
Right.
And I might get it by Friday. If not, I'll get it by next week.
All right. At least you're getting it fixed for yourself, which
Yeah.
is an awesome.
That's my pride and joy.
Yes,
That's a
it is.
beautiful car.
Like that.
Yeah,
You
she's
know,
a
the way it
little.
was.
Yeah, she's a little old lady from Pasadena with a red Cadillac.
Oh, nice. Original owner?
Yep. Boy, well, her friend Addie was, and she took it over. I watched her one time. She was parking that big caddy and been in a truck driver parking. Oh yeah, she was awesome.
She's got skills.
Oh yeah.
It's got one of those trunks that's big enough for a body
You
in
can
it.
put a
Oh
pool
yeah.
in it.
Never mind that idea. Don't get Mary the ideas of putting a body into the truck.
Put the hot tub in the back of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I like that
Do
idea.
you hear that,
I've
Mary?
seen those.
Yeah.
I know, a couple of weeks ago when I had the caddy, you know how what they call a half a car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this woman pulled up and she looked at the caddy and she's, oh my God, what a pig. I'm going, I beg your pardon? Who's a pig? Oh, that car, she said, it's so big. I said, when you get back out, I said, I'll be waiting for you. I'll take you and your groceries in that car, put it in the back of my trunk, and I'll take you home.
She probably would have too.
Yeah, sounds like my car. I have a little Fiat, and it would probably fit in the trunk of her car.
You know, yeah, Mary's a pretty awesome. She comes over and has dinner. We played Scrabble, and then we got Allison that comes over and has dinner. So we have a pretty good
I
time.
bet you cheat when you play Scrabble.
I can't. My daughter-in-law keeps score.
Does he?
Yeah,
Does he?
Cami does it. She's
Yeah,
a pencil pusher.
I tried. I get caught.
And
We do cheat at playing Scrabble though.
so that's why Tammy keeps score though, because you cheat.
Yeah, if I can get away with it, I can't get away
Do you keep
with
a
it.
dictionary around so that she can check and see if your
No,
words
we each actually. I have a Scrabble dictionary on here, so if we don't know the word, we look it up. Then we play. We don't play like other people do.
are... Well, I think that's the
Yeah,
right
and I have
way
my
to
own.
play,
I can look up the words.
Mary had her word checker. We all have our own. So we see, how do you spell this word? We look it up. Then if it matches, we'll put it on. You know.
Yeah, but you learn that way.
Yeah. Nothing. I still forget. I think I have early dementia. I'm not sure. You know, no, but I can't.
All
I've
right,
never
I'm
was
going to let you guys go.
Okay.
Thanks, Mary.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay.
Later. God bless.
You too,
Bye.
honey.
Yep.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye. Oh yeah, she's had a rough winter.
Yeah.
I really thought a couple times.
She is so awesome,
She
though.
really is.
She really is sweet.
Okay, I'm going to come to you, and I'm going to tell you that I have $240,000 for a house. That has to include the closing costs or whatever. Okay, and I want to tell you that I don't have very good credit.
Sounds like you, Norm. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, actually, I do, but I'm going to tell you also that I have never bought a house before, and that I am retired. Can you help me out?
Now, you don't have good credit, but you have $140,000. Do you mean cash, or do you mean a pre-qualification letter?
Pre-qualification letter.
How are you getting that with your bad credit?
That's right. No, I'm sorry. I want to send a balance to. No, okay. Let me
You
rephrase.
want to be able to
$240,000. Okay.
That you want to spend.
That I want to spend.
First thing I'm going to do is send you to a mortgage person
Okay.
and let them actually pull your credit and go through a lot of things. Because just by saying I make this and this is what I spend, there's a lot of other variables in there. I had somebody last year that told the mortgage person, this is what I make, but then when it came down to it, they spent a lot of money on gas and expenses that their company let them write off, and so there's a lot more involved in it than what the surface what they told me. So I need them to go talk to someone, and within 24 hours, they'll know, listen, I'm good to go, let's go look, or you know what, I need to work on a couple of things, or I got to get a couple more documents together. So the first thing is that.
And that can you have to put up with a lot of, oh, well, they didn't do it right, or this and that, you know what I mean? If you go to a mortgage company, we'll say, okay, they come back and they say to you, well, this mortgage company didn't give you a very good.
That's why there's a couple of people that I like to work with personally, because that letter that they get, if it's on the internet or if it's through just their local bank or something, and if I don't know them, maybe it's a brand new person, maybe they did mess it up. That's why I'll say, well, call this person, because I know that when he gives me a letter, it's the hand of God came down and said, work with this person. So, you know, if there's ever a question about it, then I want them to go work with somebody else. And it's going to show me how qualified they are. Because if they say, no, this is who I'm working with, well, that's all well and good. At least let this guy give me the knowledge that you are good to go with this person. And if they won't call them, then there's something fishy going on. They're hiding something or what have you. And typically, I work about 95% of my business is with sellers. So I'm the listing agent. I put the house on the market and put the sign in the yard. So a lot of the times I don't even go through all that with the buyers because all the other agents are doing that and they just bring us the offer. But when they bring the offer, the letter that they give, then we do have to, you know, do a little due diligence to make sure that that letter is as good as they say it is.
What's in Summersworth?
What's a what?
What's in Summersworth for you?
A what?
Summersworth?
What's in Summersworth?
Summersworth?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I don't know. I don't do that area.
You ready to expand?
Absolutely. For that $1.5 million listing?
Are you ready to get a speeding ticket?
Yeah, I'll get a speeding ticket.
Because you're going to be getting one.
Yeah? Got to get up there fast?
And the speeding ticket, not necessarily for that, but because sometimes you get carried away with
I do. And I'm texting while I'm driving.
Then you didn't hear that, folks. That did not come from our show.
What? I did not
La,
hear
la,
it.
la, la,
Nope,
la, la.
nothing.
That's right. Because as of July, it's going to be against the law.
Well, not only is it against the law, but it's a real safety hazard, and you can.
No,
kill
as of
people.
July, it's going to be.
Oh, I know.
It'll be a
My daughter is
$500
in
fine.
class right now for driver's ed, and if I pull, she wants me to stop a whole car length from the car in front of me. She's Mom, don't text. Mom, don't. You know. So yeah, I'm getting it from all ends.
No, her getting just
Good advice. She's right, though. Don't text and drive.
Yeah. You'd be amazed at how much I see on that where I live on the corner. And my pet peeve is people do not know how to use directional lights. That is, I at one time I counted, and out of 25 people, how many people do you think actually use directional lights?
10%.
And I think there were 7 people. And even a couple of policemen. So I called the police department and I said to them, I talked to the officer in charge. Well, we're an emergency service, probably, so we don't, I said, so that you're above the law. He hung up on me.
You know what my daughter told me? In driver's ed, they learn if there's a police officer, an ambulance, or a postal truck, which one has the right of way in an emergency situation. Guess which one it is?
The ambulance.
Postal truck.
Really?
She didn't tell me why, but she said the postal truck was. I don't know.
That's weird.
Somebody
Maybe
will fill
this
us in on
person
that.
knows. Welcome to Norman Friends. You're on the air.
Yeah, hi, it's Allison.
Hey,
Hi,
Allison.
Allison.
Hey, Norm.
Hey, how you doing?
Use the blinkers.
I'm sorry?
You yell at those people to use their blinkers.
Oh, I do it all the time. I actually pass out little paper. Thank you for not using your signal light.
Oh, well, see, that's too educated.
Too organized.
I put it on their windshield wiper. Thank you for not using your direction.
So just pray that they can read.
Yeah, well, that's true, too. So how you feeling?
I'm doing. Dave and I went out and stained that piece of fence that's causing the war.
Did you no more policemen?
Huh?
No more policemen coming around?
Not today, no.
Oh, okay.
No, if it were legal, I would have taken care of that idiot.
Oh, no, you can't do that. No.
I know I can't.
You know.
But gosh, it'd be so much fun just to punch, I'd give him the old one, too.
She's Irish. Just, when you get your fence going, take some sage and break it up and put it all up and down your fence. Okay?
Oh, okay.
And that'll, on both sides, and that'll keep a real positive energy for you.
Even plant some sage.
Yeah,
there.
if you're allowed to plant some sage, the only thing is marijuana, they won't know the difference,
That's true. I'll make sure it's sage.
Yeah, well, put some up and down, put some around there.
You got drugs over there, I'll go, you idiot.
Yeah, especially around the ends of the pole. I feel that is when the most need of the sage would be at the end, each end of the sage.
Well, where the anchors are.
Yeah, where the anchors
for sure.
are. Yeah.
Well, what we did today, we stained it, but we didn't quite have enough to finish up. But we did a really good job, and we're going to get another quart. And Dave looks like he's got a tan. It's all over. No, actually, he was pretty neat.
Well, actually, you know how you can make your extra money, right? To get the money to pay for the...
Do tell.
Allison, he's being
I
fresh.
don't think so, Norm. Whenever you're thinking no.
Hey, I didn't
That's
say
how well Allison knows him. Just know right off the bat.
You need to kick him under the desk.
Hey!
Now I know why he has that startled look every so often.
See? I'm learning from you and
I'm
Mary.
being picked on all the time.
Allison and Mary
And I'm
are my
innocent.
role models.
Innocent. I saw you give me the evil eye.
I think Mary does a pretty good job. Of course, Tammy.
Yeah. Actually, Allison, if you listen to this young lady here, if you and Dave are ever in the market to buy even you still condominiums too?
Oh, yeah.
Not condoms, but condominiums,
Yes,
Not
condos.
Condominium.
If you can listen, that maybe she could help direct you into buying a condominium
No,
there.
we're poor as church mice at the moment.
Yeah. Well, you never know. You might get a big hit. You might win the lotto or whatever.
What?
You might win the lotto or the megabucks.
Well, when we get filthy rich, we're out of here. So.
She'll buy that $1.5 million house for you.
There you go. Hurry up and buy that house, right?
Yeah.
So go get your lottery tickets, Allison.
But how you feeling?
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Would you go to the
No.
doctors again? Would you put that dye in your belly, in your blood?
I'll be drinking that wonderful stuff Friday. I pick it up tomorrow,
Yeah.
and then I got to drink this glow in the dark stuff or whatever it is, and then they'll take the do the CAT scan, So that ought to be interesting.
Well, and it tastes like grape juice.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. Then you smoke a homemade cigarette afterwards.
Yeah, really. I'm going to have to need something.
When the grape juice is that the red wine?
Right.
Just roll up a tomato leaf and smoke it or something. I don't know.
Oh, folks, they'll say that people might want to try it.
Banana peel.
Banana
Do
peel.
you
I did
remember,
that.
Norm, in the 70s, people supposedly smoked banana peels?
See?
Oh, mellow yellow.
No comment. No.
It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
No, it-
No, I tried it.
You did?
Yes,
Oh,
I
my
did.
God.
I've also tried. They used to say if you put aspirin in Coca-Cola, you'll get a buzz. All I did was
Yeah.
get sick. And they say if you drink,
I did that.
yeah, and if you drink you strained aqua through bread, that you would be able to enjoy it in Coke.
Oh,
I thought I was going to die. The
gross.
things that you try is
I
amazing.
didn't try any of those crazy things.
Yeah,
Thank
well, You're a
God.
lot younger than I am. Of course, I'm
Well,
only
when I want to
34.
cure
Not really.
a really bad headache, I'll take 4 ibuprofen with a cup of coffee.
Yeah, that
does
ibuprofen
work.
is the safest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh?
That does work. I've done that.
Yeah. Yeah, it helps with the caffeine.
Well, one of the things that you need to learn, is to keep remembering how to meditate. Meditate.
I know.
Picture yourself on that magic carpet and bring yourself into a higher spiritual level. Okay? Imagine as you're meditating and you're breathing correctly. I'll have you guys all come over and I'll give you a class on it. And as you're breathing correctly, just visualize. That's right. And it really does help you.
Yeah, it does. Like I told you, I was doing that one night,
Right.
and I saw, I don't know what I saw. It was something beautiful.
Probably was on an acid
It
trip.
was all like a
This is banana
glass,
peels.
glimmering glass and gems,
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
flowers.
Yeah. See, one
I
thing that.
didn't smoke anything either.
She didn't inhale.
Yeah, she didn't inhale, right. One of the things that people panic over when they start seeing colors, like amber colors or glass colors or whatever, they automatically a lot of them will start panicking and, and don't panic, folks, because you know what?
Oh
It's
no, I
helping you.
wanted to go back.
Right?
You
I
know?
only got a glimpse, and but I wanted to go back, but I guess I couldn't for whatever reason it was. But
You need
so,
to do some Reiki
I'm
on.
here for a while to make the people next door miserable.
There you go.
And well, he told me too. He said, "Well, nobody likes you anyway."
We love you, Allison.
I love you, and he's a jerk,
Yeah.
and I don't even know.
What I would encourage you to do is to do some Reiki energy on the middle part of David's back and towards his hip line, because his hips they're starting to, one's starting to go up higher than the other. We got to bring them back down. So by you doing the Reiki energy and kind of like pushing the energy so that we can even up the hips.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because I've seen there, even though he's a determined gentleman, but he also needs to have that kind of work done. And if you could recommend him going to a massage therapist, I would definitely recommend that.
Or even a chiropractor.
That would, I mean, that would make it worse.
Do you have any
That's no
answer?
problem.
I go to my chiropractor all the time, get my hips adjusted.
You don't have MS.
Well, but I know people who do.
They do help.
Yeah.
A friend of
I
mine.
need my whole body readjusted.
Yeah.
Oh, you sure do.
I mean, there's good and bad chiropractors,
Yeah,
just like
yeah,
anything else.
yeah.
So maybe your friend just went to a bad
No,
chiropractor.
actually,
it's
my
not right
chiropractor
for
friend told
him.
me he won't do people with MS.
Well, some people won't,
Yeah,
but
so,
he's
you
got
know,
a
it depends
reason.
on the
Right.
individual. But you need to have some back adjustments done.
Oh, okay. Well,
Both
I'll
of
take
you.
care of them.
Yeah, okay, I bet you will.
Now.
Not like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Family
Thanks for
show.
calling, Allison.
We'll see
Hey,
you
listen.
around.
Hey, Allison, hang in there. We got a lady coming in, a young lady coming in at around 5-ish, and she's going to be singing music for us and playing the flute and her guitar.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll peek in.
All righty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Take care, Norm.
Okay.
Guys.
Bye-bye.
See you around.
Bye,
Yeah.
Allison.
Bye.
She's a cougar.
Oh, is she?
She's got a
Literally.
boyfriend 20 years younger than she is.
Oh, yeah?
But her boyfriend, I have to give him a lot of credit. He has MS, but he refuses to give up.
Mm.
You know, so I think when you have people, because she's a big supporter of what he does and stuff. If you get support to help whatever you may have, whatever you may not have, I think that's the biggest. When I got sober, I had a lot of support. You know, I think that's really a big.
Support's huge for anything.
Makes a
and
big
everything.
difference,
It
yeah.
really does. It makes you feel like you're doing something. One of the things I'm looking at you too is that there's something about a villa, not here, but down went to Costa Rica. There's a villa that you made me buy.
Well, one of my friends, while we were down there, got the calling to sell her house here and buy there, and we saw a place called Villa Nirvana that the name was just really enticing. We wanted to look at it, but it was already rented out. We couldn't go look at it, but she had said that we should buy a place down there and do some retreats, some spiritual retreats.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, but
Now, what
I
kind of
put her
re-
house on the market when we got back.
What were you? What is your retreats? What were your retreats there in Calgary?
It was called Soul Purpose Wealth, and so we talked about our soul's purpose and how to create wealth from that, so that you're living your purpose and your dream and happy and fulfilled with what you're doing, as opposed to just a job or a career that pays the bills. Like, what does your soul tell you that you want to do?
Right. It's important in life.
Yeah.
You know, and that's true. I mean, I did a lot of manual labor and working and all that, but this is what I meant to do. I love what I do, and you like real estate. That's your goal.
I like real estate, but really what my purpose is, and I've got to define it, but I love to coach and mentor and teach. My star chart from the minute I was born was teacher, not in the public school systems, which is a whole other conversation I don't want to get off on, but to teach people and to be educated. I love to be a student. So I'm a student and a teacher all the time, always going to learn, always wanting to share. As a matter of fact, the manager at our office asked me to speak in front of our other realtors last Thursday, And I shared with them something that I learned at the retreat, because I love to go gather it and bring it back.
Very
you know,
nice.
so
Very
so my
nice.
sole purpose won't be around real estate necessarily, but about coaching and mentoring. One of the things we came up with was fearless on the phone, because so many people won't pick up the phone and make a phone call. I'd say maybe 2% of the population will even do that. And so I teach people how to be fearless on the phone, get past their hang-ups in their head about it, so that they can prosper with prospecting.
But a lot of the people that make phone calls are jerks. You know, so
That's your mindset, because I make phone calls and I'm not a jerk.
No, I'm saying a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's a lot of people that do a lot of things that they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah. Oh, I love these people that are jerks on the phone. Oh, I have a lot of fun with them. I really do. Hey, congratulations! You are up to get your credit cards reduced to a lower rate. And I said, who are you talking to? Oh, you, sir. I said, okay, I have a Visa card. I know I do. But then I have a Massachusetts American card. Do you have a masturbation card? You can bring my rate on that. For some reason, they don't have a sense of humor.
Well, I know when I'm making phone calls, it's to qualify people who are needing my services.
Yeah, that's a different
so
way.
it's not cold calling. People
Yeah.
always call it cold calling, but cold calling is randomly calling somebody out of the blue. But mine is much more specific to people who've been on the market and they've come off, or they're for sale by owner who's advertising to the world that they want to sell. Maybe
You
they
don't
just know.
recommend owners selling their own house?
No. You know what? It's such a litigious society. People are just waiting to sue someone, and there's so many T's that need to get crossed and I's that need to be dotted. You know, a doctor shouldn't operate on himself. You know, there's certain things that you just need help with. And I read something at the Realtor Association that simply said that the fact is the average person sells 1 or 2 houses in their lifetime. And so it's not something that they do every day. And so to try to do that on their own, it can actually cost them money, and they can end up getting sued and spending a lot of time spinning their wheels. And on the other side of the transaction, most of the time the buyer is going to be represented by an agent. So they're actually going to a fight without a gun, and the other person's bringing the gun. Do you know what I mean? They're not ready to do what they need to do.
Right, because a lot of people won't do the research and that's necessary, and it is something that
It's like a fool being his own lawyer in a courtroom.
Thank you.
Right.
And you know, the thing is, people will say, oh, they just throw it online, and you know, there's forsalebyowner.com and Craigslist and all these places, you know, and you know, there's a lot of people in any industry, teachers, anybody, that are good and bad and everything. And so maybe they've had a bad experience with a realtor, and they feel like, well, gosh, if that's all they're going to do, I can do that, and they'll throw it online. But selling a house is not about putting it on the market. It's about all the negotiations and the knowing all the contracts in the background.
Now, when you said you represent the buyer, right?
Seller.
The seller, okay. Now, you go through a list of things with them to make sure they have, like, won't say to make sure that the plumbing is up to date, or the
Yes.
heaters, because there's a little tricky
Seller's
things.
disclosure, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, got another call. Welcome to Norman Friends. You're on the air.
Hi, it's Lynn.
Who? Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Well, I called to tell you you were right.
Oh,
I had an interview with 2 women, and I got the job.
Congratulations.
All right. Congrats. Now, where are you going to be? Now, where is this at?
It's actually in Concord.
Oh, good for you. You're going to enjoy it. It's going to be a challenge for you, right?
Yes.
Okay. See, you're the type of person that really needs the challenges. Otherwise, you get really bored.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
Okay. And look, I actually see they're going to appreciate what talent you have to offer them. And they're going to appreciate that, because you two are going to work, you and the company you're working for are going to be working very well hand in hand.
Good.
Okay? But you got to believe that, okay, Fran?
Yes, I have a really good feeling there.
Okay. Now, when do you start?
Very excited.
Oh, all right. Good for you. You're gonna okay. And then you know what the funny part's gonna be, Fran? There's another person or 2 more other job offers gonna be coming to you. But I would definitely not take them. I would stay where you are.
Okay.
Okay? Because I think this is a good challenge for you, and I know that you can make it well, right?
Yes.
And the pay isn't that bad, right?
What was that?
And the pay scale isn't that bad.
No, it's not that bad at all.
Okay. And what I also am going to recommend to you, too, is to write a letter of thanks to the spirit and let them know how much you appreciate the job. And just give your angels and the spirit a lot of thanks.
Okay, I will.
Okay, and then take your hubby out and have a big dinner celebration.
You see a big celebration?
No, I take your husband or take whomever out and have a big dinner celebration for you. You know, it's time to honor you for it. Okay, it's time to honor that you got this job and just enjoy it.
Okay.
Take your first paycheck and spend it foolishly.
Is there anything else good coming?
You got a lot of 2015 is going to be very, very successful for you. Not only you had that job being successful, but health-wise, you're going to do well. You're going to be going to some kind of either a family reunion or a class reunion.
Okay.
Okay? Don't be afraid to be positive about everything in your life. And also, remember this. You are in control of your energy.
Yes, I am.
Okay? And do you have a dog right now?
Yes.
You ready for another one?
Oh, no, we're not getting another one.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Don't tell me. It's a pistol.
Just sneak him in. You might be. I actually look at you being like a foster parent to different dogs. What do you think? I'm actually looking at you being a foster parent to different dogs so that until they find their right home.
No, I've never done that.
But I think don't be surprised if you're being asked to do that.
Okay.
Okay? But you have a lot of good news and a lot of changes coming for the better. Health-wise, because now you got what you want. You have a good job, and health-wise, you're going to do a lot better. I don't see the nervousness that you've had before. What I'm seeing actually is a lot more calmer. But however, don't try so hard to be perfect, then you're going to mess yourself up.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes, that totally makes sense.
Okay. And there's a lady that says hi to you that has passed.
I have a few ladies that have passed.
Yeah, they're all around you. They're actually celebrating. Did your mother pass?
Yes.
Okay. Well, she's the one that's leading the charge, like an army of women coming at you, celebrating the joyous news that you have. It's almost like a big brigade when they're hollering, charge. You know, we're going to celebrate. We're going to have a good time. You know, so don't be afraid to celebrate and have a good time, okay?
Okay.
All righty. I'm glad you got the job. Keep me posted, all right?
Okay, I will.
Yep. Bye-bye now.
So,
Yep.
I've heard the year 2015 is good for the whole planet. A lot
It
of
really
it's
is.
going
I
spiritually.
really believe there's a lot of prosperity in 2015. Mainly towards the end of the year and a lot of in 2016. 2017 is going to be the biggest uprise and the biggest success.
Based on
Because Mother Nature's not happy with the way the self-destruction that we've done, destroyed. Look at all the houses that are being destroyed, all the fires, all the drought, and all this. And now 2017 is going to start weeding out all the so-called bad people, if you want to call it that way. And there's going to be a lot more industry improving because they're going to need lumber to rebuild houses. They're going to need nails. They're going to need whatever you name it, tables. You know, the industry is going to grow.
Mm.
But I also will tell you that I'm seeing there's going to be a big crash with computers, and I really believe that because our country and the world is so overwhelmed with what they got a smart wristwatch now, and they got these things out that our country that's going to be just so overwhelmed with all these products. And they're forgetting each other.
Mm.
They don't communicate anymore unless they're texting each other. You go to a restaurant, 95 or 97% of the people are texting when they, and the poor waitress has to wait for them to take their order. I was rude to one lady, but I enjoyed it. This lady was sitting there with her, young girl was sitting there with her chair, foot up on a chair.
Oh, yes, this was a while ago, yeah.
Yeah, and she was texting and texting, and the one waitress, I said, Miss, there are other people that would like to get waited on. You're not Miss Royalty, I am. I said, you really ought to and let her take your order so that she can go continue with somebody else. The mother was so insulted, they got up and left.
Oh, the entitlement mentality is so strong right now, especially with the kids.
It's terrible.
And just entitled. It's, it's all about them.
Your daughter has learned a very heavy lesson.
What lesson did she learn from
that? She wants to get her life together, and that she wants to go to college. And whatever she chooses to do, that's the trouble that she had gotten into. We're not going to go into detail. I don't think that's important. Whenever she chooses, hey, Mom was right, and Mom does care. Okay? And the way you handle the situation was pretty awesome. You should have poked her in the eye, but that's all right. That's my favorite.
Well, at least now she has both. She still has both of her eyes, and she'll be all right.
But you'll get another nasty letter about stopping to say that. He got called on not to say those things anymore.
Yeah, not supposed to be doing that anymore. What I think, what I would have, what I would suggest for you to do with her is to have her write out her actions and what were the consequences.
I will take that invitation.
Okay, because you're going to be amazed at how hard it is. I have my students, as I like to call. I hate that word clients. I call them students. I like to have them write down whatever they've done and what were the consequences of it. And that way we're going to go from there. See, I don't believe in bad children. I believe in bad actions of children.
Okay? I hear you.
And like my granddaughter, I'm so proud of her. She's now going to be she's shooting for the National Honor Society. She's gone through her days like every child has, but she gave a speech at Radisson Hotel and all that. And children can change, but the parents have to accept that they need that change. The parents have to accept the fact. Don't you agree that they're going to had that positive energy to help the children, and not saying, "Oh, my child would never do this."
No, I know it. And there's the problem. It's never their kid ever.
I've had to learn the hard way on that with my oldest son. Said, "Oh no, he never would do anything wrong."
Well, it's a wake up call for me too, because now I know my kid too.
But your daughter's a good kid.
She is a good kid.
She's
she
smart.
really is.
I've actually met her daughter. And both of them, they're so much alike.
You said that when you saw her at the grocery store.
They are.
Yeah.
But the main thing is they're there for each other.
Right.
Okay.
Well, we have a tight relationship because she said to me one day a couple months ago, she said, when I have kids, I'm going to be the best mom in the whole world. We're going to have a great relationship. And I rolled my eyes and said, yeah, everybody thinks that. She said, no, really. She said, my kids are going to, I'm going to have a relationship with my kids just like me and you have.
Oh,
that makes your day.
And
I was like, oh, and I was going down the other path, So, yeah, it was nice.
And that's why, I don't understand why children, my son and I have had rocky. Don't get me wrong. No relationship's perfect.
Well, teenagers, that
and
whole
like that.
hormone thing.
But I am just so grateful that I had a relationship with my son, just like you are with your daughter, and like you are with your children. You got what, 12?
2.
2? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Whatever.
She's used to be by now, but and I just feel so blessed when I look at my granddaughter. I look at all these people, and Today, was it today? Yeah, or one of the, today there's this little child climbing up on the slide. That slide we got that park across the street, right?
Yep.
His mother was smoking a cigarette and texting. The baby could have been the baby 2 years old at the most. And she's walking around. The kid's crawling down these high steps here, and oh my God, he's going to fall. And all I could visualize and. He got down there, then he started crawling back up again, like kids will. And finally she decided she ought to fall behind. I think she saw me looking at him.
That's why you want me to wear a bikini. That's your theme song.
Hello?
Wow.
Hey, Jesse. Hey, Jess, I'm on the air right now. Can you give me a call later at home?
How rude.
Okay.
How rude.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I thought it was a guest coming in.
Uh,
Sorry, I apologize, folks. You know how I feel about that. So, God,
So you know what? I quit smoking when my daughter was 2 years old, and I think this might help some people that are watching. I was the mother who said, well, I don't smoke around my child. I don't smoke in the car with her. I go outside. So I would leave my 2-year-old watching TV, and I'd go outside to smoke so that I didn't smoke in the house around her. And then I realized I was going outside for 10 minutes, 10, 15 times a day, and that not only was I missing that quality time, but the message I was sending her was that was more important than she was.
yeah.
And one day I had a wake-up call to myself that, you know what, how does that makes me even worse. So I put the cigarettes down so that she wouldn't feel like they were more important than her.
Wow.
So you don't smoke at all?
No, and I was an avid non-smoker. I always preached I wouldn't date a guy that smoked, and then I went through a 5 or 6 year period when I did smoke right before she was born and right after. But maybe a year and a half, 2 years old, I put the cigarettes down because of that, because I thought, what message is this? Mommy's got to go outside to smoke. Mommy's got to go outside to smoke. Mommy's got to go outside to smoke. You know, so I quit.
That's wonderful.
Actually, 2 years ago, next month, right here,
Yep.
I went on the hypnosis with Matt Connaughton, and I went for
And that did it?
smoking. I did it one time down at the studio, the old studio. Then I did it here the last time, and I haven't had a cigarette since. And it's like I've never smoked.
Excellent.
Okay.
Good.
And I can't realize how bad tobacco smoke smells.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
And people that smoke don't realize how much better food would taste.
Right.
And they don't know how bad it smells. I've got a friend that's just a chimney, and he just doesn't get it at all because he's just in that place of that's all he just doesn't get it, you know.
And I was at the point where I wasn't enjoying it. You know, it's expensive now.
It's an addiction. When you get to where you're doing something out against your own free will, you know.
And I was here. Then of course me being cheap, the cigarettes. You know, being
Plus
cheap.
the price of cigarettes.
Yeah,
So
about
that,
$6, I think. No.
Well, down
I
in
was
New York,
New
they're
York.
$10 a pack. It brings a whole new meaning.
Where you
to
stay in New York for only $10.
Well, yeah, they were actually more than that in some places.
I was
but
at a hotel in Rochester, New York. They were 12 and a half.
you go to bum a cigarette from somebody at that price, you got to give them a child or something,
You know,
$1 a cigarette.
and I don't know why I was in and I went. I don't know why. The last time I was in New York, my friend Frank D'Angelo, he has a construction business. And
D'Angelo.
I was there, and we went to. We had to stop at a store. He said, "I know you're gonna buy a pack of cigarettes," and I did it. I really didn't need them, but I did with just the idea of buying them in New York. But when I got my bill for $12.50, I'm there. Holy smack! I still had that pack.
Well, you know,
Empty, but I still had that pack to remind me of what it cost me.
I mean, it's a car payment, and in New York, it's a house payment. You know, when people don't have any food or they're driving a bad car, but they're smoking,
it makes you wonder priorities.
right? I see people
That's
asking for
why
money on the street, but they're smoking. It's like, really?
And
Really?
the people come up to you, got a cigarette, and I can now say, nope.
Right.
You know?
When I did smoke, I smoked Virginia Slim Light menthols. And so I owned my bar, and everybody else was smoking Marlboro Lights, and they'd want to bum a cigarette, and they'd see what I had, and they'd be like, no. And I'm like, that's a good reason to smoke menthols if you are going to smoke, because then nobody wants to bum one.
I used to, when I walk downtown, I used to take a no-name brand. And it's amazing when you have a cigarette habit, they don't care, and like that. And people used to laugh at the way to hold cigarettes anyway. So, well, I always held them this way. Aren't you supposed to? I would have my little finger in the
your finger out.
Yeah, you got to do that. But I always tell people that how the government is so opposed to people smoking, but yet they want the tax dollars for the cigarettes. And I tell people, it's not always healthy.
Well, they're going to get those tax dollars for marijuana now, aren't they?
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, they're getting it in Colorado, that's for sure.
They're making money. Willie Nelson's going to go in Colorado and open up a store in there.
Everybody is. They say that that's the fastest growing industry there now.
Well, they said that the government made so much money off the taxes for marijuana, they could improve the education of schools. It's the old diehard, puritanic, old fogies like my friend, who was here last week?
Who was here last week?
Who was that legislator who was here last week? Gary Hopper and John Burt and all these people that are old die-hard Republicans that are afraid that to make the money from the tax dollars, you know, they're gonna, you know, that's like now they're talking about legalizing casinos. I'm not really in favor of legalizing casinos. I'm in favor
prostitution, Norm. What do you think about
I'm in favor of that.
Yeah.
Anything that, think about legalizing prostitution. You could be an Adam in the house.
I have a friend that would like for me to do that. He's got a building for rent and hooks it. He's like, why don't you just the massage parlor and run it?
Now, I honestly believe that if you, and I don't mean this in a bad taste, but if you actually opened up, here.
Yeah.
If they actually opened up.
Thanks God, too.
A house,
tax it.
Tax it. And the doctors are going to be in there. Oh, well, that's you look nice. Hi, Corinne.
Hi.
This is
she's so pretty.
Lori, and this is Cami with her daughter. Oh, there she is.
Her daughter.
Her mother. Hey, we swatched the age here. Huh? Ladies and gentlemen, our soloist has arrived 4 minutes earlier than anticipated. All right. Have a seat, and so we can introduce you. And that we need the camera on her.
There we go.
There we go. A little bit more, please. I'm gonna pull it this way a little bit. There you go.
There you go.
We have our friend Corrine.
Corrine Bernstein.
How do you spell your last name?
Bernstein.
Oh, okay. And she just won a scholarship to Westminster Choral College, right?
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm so in college for that. I'm excited for her. You look a lot happy now, so
yes.
So that's awesome. And she's going to play the flute, and she's going to play the guitar. And with playing the guitar, should we put her over here more? Or?
I think
Is that what you got your scholarship for? Was for
God
the
one
music?
just stepped out of the
for
room,
voice,
so we'll have to wait till
yes.
God one comes back.
Oh, okay, we got to wait till God 2 comes in.
John
yeah.
stepped out. We have
Yeah. Let me go check it. You can tune up well, actually, you can play the flute right there, right?
Sure, if I
Right,
get
once
my
you start with
music
the flute.
stand. I'll have my mom bring that over for me.
Oh, okay. Well, she can sit right on the corner there, be on the air with her. She's camera shy.
Just a little.
Now, did you compose this yourself?
No, I did not. This is by Ernest Bloch.
Okay.
And I actually just performed this piece at a competition at the Manchester Community Music School.
You're going to have to move up.
Okay.
Can you move this way? Then
I'll
have
come
to move
sit
that
with
way.
you, my love.
Oh, you can sit right beside me, honey. Maybe I'll go straight for a half hour.
Oh, see, I win.
You prefer blondes or brunettes, Norm?
Oh,
If you had to. Blondes?
or redheads, actually.
Redhead. Oh, you like them
And
feisty.
Yeah. When are you going to be playing?
So this piece is called Sweet Modal, and it's by Ernest Bloch. And actually, the reason why I brought this piece here was because this piece is actually about ghosts.
Ooh.
No.
And I thought that would be relatable to you. So
Now I'm a ghost. Woo!
I just have to make sure my flute's all set up. So, all right.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. We'll be having you play out soon.
Okay.
Oh, sure. We
That's
got
the
another
piece
hour,
I
right?
chose for
So we can be
flute.
having it do.
How long does it take to learn to play like that?
So I have taken flute lessons since 5th grade, and
You gotta
So a
pull up to the mic.
So a couple of years.
Yeah, now you gotta.
yeah, a few years. I mean, this is my senior year in high school, so.
You gotta bring your mic up here or go down that way. On the other. There we go. What made you decide to major in music?
Well, music has always been a great part of my life, and I've had 4 concussions, so I'm not really supposed to play sports anymore. So I've related to a lot more music and marching band, and I learn more instruments in my free time, and it's just kind of become a part of me, and I just can't imagine doing anything else.
You think your spirit told you to do it that way?
I think so.
Well, you still ski.
Yes, well, I mean, I wear a helmet every time, though.
So how many instruments do you play?
So that's a tricky question, because some people define playing instruments differently, as in, can you play all the scales, and are you willing to perform professionally on the instrument? So I can comfortably play about 7 instruments in front of people for a 10-minute time span. I'm not going to confidently say that I can play every scale on all of those instruments and be able to challenge someone who's professional on them, but I do like to take the time to do that. So
I love the confidence in her, don't you? And I love the honesty that I can. By the way, your closet look better. But one of the things I just admire the push on that you had with this. I admire how this is something that, see, in order for you to do the music, you had to have these concussions. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you would have been out there and you would have been either playing soccer or skiing or maybe poking somebody in the eye. No, I'm only kidding. I can stop saying that because I got a letter on that one time. Yeah, but I think this is your goal. I think, and she, by the way, she's on the honor roll.
Of course she is.
She won the scholarship right into Westminster.
yes.
Choir
College.
Choir College. I got it almost right.
Yes,
The
you
choral
do. You're very close.
I'm getting there. See that?
Getting
But
better.
that Westminster is a big word.
It is. I'm really proud of you. You got all the syllables and everything.
Yeah, gee whiz. And I think one of the things that I'm excited for you is that I'm pleased that you didn't take that other college choice that you were waiting for, because that would have been a dropout on you. Mm-hmm. And you would have been, oh my God, I failed, come and get me, I want to come home. This other one is going to be where you need to be. Remember, the Spirit will always give you things that you need. Not what you want, but what you need.
Yeah.
Right? So, and it always, one of the things I would also recommend too is that you give a letter of thanks to the Spirit for allowing you to go to this college.
Okay.
Okay. Now you play guitar. Do you play trombone?
I actually just started trying trombone 2 weeks ago, and I can make some sounds out of it, but I don't play it.
Well, the music teacher asked me not to play cornet or trombone. She asked me if there could be another thing I could go with, so But I think that by the time you get done, you're gonna be amazed at how many instruments you can play. But the one thing about you is that I like about you is that you're not going to allow all this music knowledge to become superior to you, because always remember this: when you do that, then you can lose everything overnight. Okay. And what is your type of music you like to play the best?
Well, it depends on what I'm trying to let out, because I play different things based on what emotions I'm looking to evoke from myself, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So if I am upset or sad, I will play guitar or piano. Well, piano's more for when I'm stressed out, I think. And flute is when I'm in a better state of mind, just because I think it's a much more stressful instrument compared to just strumming a guitar and singing and playing the piano.
Well, I'm going to recommend that when you get stressed out, go to the flute.
Okay.
Because this is going to, when you do that, right, you're going to be, does that make, because this is where you're going to get a lot more of your negative energy out while you're playing that. And the flute, all of them, they all have a purpose in it. They all have a special way of doing things, you know. And I also, what I'm looking at with you too is that you're going to go. I actually see you in England.
No.
As I told you before, but your career is yours. Remember, the world is your oyster. You be the pearl.
What are you hoping to get out of your music?
I am going on to Westminster Choir College for a 5-year master's, and then I hope to continue on to a doctoral degree so I can teach at the collegiate level.
And when did I tell you was going to happen? Right?
Yes.
Okay, you're going to be going on tour, too. Okay? I'm going to let you ask a question while I go up here for a second. Daddy, get some water.
On tour?
Well, part of the reason why I chose this college is because they give you so much opportunity. And some schools, like, you know, I applied to UNH, and I really love UNH. I was really surprised that I didn't actually end up there because it was my dream since I was young. And but you know, I realized that I can't just live in New Hampshire. Like, I can't ground myself there. So, you know, I actually looked at colleges as far away as North Carolina, and I was really trying to figure out where exactly would get me the most experience. And so Westminster Choir College, which is in Princeton, New Jersey, is in the center of a lot of things, like Philly, and it's right near New York City, and you know, it's a quick train away to a lot of places.
Right.
And you know, we get to perform at Carnegie Hall at least 3 times a year.
Very nice.
When you're a senior, you have the opportunity to solo in the Berlin Philharmonic, like all these crazy opportunities that you just can't get anywhere else.
Excellent.
Well, and as an artist, to be able to get out and see other cultures and feel other things, to put that feeling into all your instruments, can't get that so much in New Hampshire, but you'll be out feeling it and touching it and being
it's
it.
my study abroad in New Jersey.
Well, with New York City, that is abroad, you know?
Yeah.
Big cross-section there.
And I mean, I used to live in New York until I was 7, so, and actually, it's funny that I'm choosing classical because when I was younger, I was all about the musical theater path, and I was like, I'm going to be on Broadway, I'm going to star in Wicked, and that's all I'll do for the rest of my life. And then, you know, both my parents are very businessy, on a computer all day, traveling type people, and so when I was like, oh, I want to do this, they're like, you want to do what? And so, you know, after a while, I realized, like, 1 in a million chances of becoming music theater person, that I'd probably end up being a waitress. And so after a while, I was like, you know what, what's my favorite part about music theater? I'm like, I'm not that coordinated when it comes to dancing, so that's not exactly my strong suit. And then the acting only really comes out when I'm singing, so singing is really the best option, and that's when I started really looking at classical music. And
Are you going to sing for us today?
I will be singing. I'm not singing any classical music because I do not have a piano accompaniment, but I do have several pieces on YouTube that anyone can check out if they want. Just look me up, Corinne Bernson, on YouTube, and you can find some classical. But I will be singing and playing guitar for you.
Can you spell your last name for people?
Sure. Berntsen. It's a weird one.
Well, you know, YouTube one wrong letter and you go who knows where. So we just want to make sure they can actually find you.
That's true.
And hear what you have to say. Is Norm's not back yet? So, yeah, it is quite a leap to classical. What about classical calls to you?
So, I took this course called IB Music at my school last year, and we really, dove really deep into the music history and how music has evolved since, you know, the Renaissance era, the medieval, all the way back to the beginning. And it's really cool to see how it evolves and be a part of that when you sing.
Hey, maybe you'll be selling the house to her. A $1.5 million house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. See,
I wish.
She gets rich, you sell the house to her, right?
There you go.
There you go. Tammy's a real estate agent. Cami, rather. Like that. So, how many songs have you got prepared for us?
I have 3 for the guitar that I'm comfortable with playing with today.
Okay. You want to hear another one?
Absolutely.
All right. You have to pull your chair back, and we're going to just have the mic up close to you, and they can bring up the mic.
All right. Just got to get all set up here.
All righty. Ooh, that would hurt.
What would hurt?
That clamp.
Oh,
for
it's the
human.
capo.
It's not supposed to be used on your body. It's used on the guitar.
Okay. I just hope it's not too
Well,
quiet.
ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be hearing another song from Corrine.
Good.
Corrine, right?
Yes.
Oh, I get it right.
I know.
Very, 2 times in a
I
row.
know. I'm
Oh my
really
God.
proud of you.
I'm going to set a. There we go. And what's the song?
It's called New Romantic, and it's by one of my favorite artists, Laura Marling, who's actually from Ireland. So.
Oh, that's me, a new romantic. She's singing about me.
Apparently.
Apparently, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I can dream.
Know I said I loved you, but I'm thinking I was wrong. I'm the first to admit that I'm still pretty young, and I never meant to hurt you when I wrote you 10 love songs. Guy that I could never get, whose girlfriend was pretty fit. Everyone who knew loved her so. Made you leave her for me, but now I'm feeling pretty mean. My mind has fought me over so many times than any man could ever know. Maybe I should give up giving, give up trying
hold
to
that?
be thin,
Tell him to call back later.
give up and turn into my mother. God knows I love her, and I'm sorry to whichever man should meet my sorry state. Watch my steady lonesome gait and beware, 'cause I will never love a man, 'cause love and pain go hand in hand, and I can't do it again. So we stayed up that one night to try and get our problems right. I couldn't get into his head just what was going through my mind. I think he knew where I was going. Put Bryan Adams on. I think he thinks it makes me weak. It only ever makes me strong. Got this friend to sound just like him. He's the man I'll leave you for, the man that I just adore like you. Same man, he turns to me, said, got to tell you how I feel. If God can make the perfect girl for me, it would be you. My God tells me not to tell about how much do you love your fella, but don't know more every day, and not in this new romantic way. I'll always be your first love, and you'll always be my first love. I'm sorry to whichever man should meet my sorry state. Watch my steady lonesome gait and beware. I will never love a man, 'cause love and pain go hand in hand, and I can't do it again. I will never love a man, 'cause I could never hurt a man, not in this new romantic way.
Awesome.
Thank you.
She's like a little angel.
That was very
And she
beautiful.
looked so natural,
Right?
didn't she?
It's so
Yeah.
natural and pure.
You really did an awesome job.
Oh, thank you.
Call her if you wish to call us back, and we'll gladly accept it. But whenever she's singing, we're going to ask all people to hold calls because
Please.
we're not going to pay attention to the call until after she's done. Because I don't want her to break the guitar. You think she might break my guitar on my head?
I don't think she'll break. The guitar's worth too much money.
Well.
I'll just poke you in the eye. No.
Oh! Hey, give it back to me, right?
Love it.
Touche.
So you're shy, I see.
Yeah. The one thing that I have a lot of respect for, you have a lot of support from your family. And I think you find that's very, very, very important. You agree with that?
Oh, yes.
Okay. You can move that down there if you want. Or you can sit on my lap, whatever. I know it won't do any good, but,
And that's not what you were saying 10 minutes ago.
Al should be calling pretty soon. I bet that was Joanne calling.
Oh, Joan.
Yeah. And so when do you leave to go to school?
I leave September 9th, I think. 6th. Thank you,
Oh,
Mom.
see, Mother gets it all.
That's why I need her.
Well,
She's
that's
your
why I have a
manager.
co-host. And for that, I actually will tell you, I definitely see you doing a lot of traveling. You have a passport, right?
Oh, yes.
And I can see you doing some playing up in Canada. Okay, and I think that you're going to do very well. So we'll have to keep Cami in mind here when you want to buy a house or whatever. Give her a call. She'll be very happy to sell you one, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have a website, Cami?
CamiBaker.com.
Cami Baker. That's a website.
.com.
Yeah. I thought it was an email. I don't know.
No, that's Cami at CamiBaker.com.
Oh, okay. you have a phone. Don't give your phone on here, but they can reach you by phone on way, right? Okay. Because I think that's important that the people know. Listen. You have an office in Bedford. What's the office name?
Berkshire Hathaway.
Okay. Because the one thing I do know is that you're going to be selling a lot. 2015 is going to be a lot better than it was last year. Okay.
Amen.
Do you live in Bedford now?
I live in Manchester.
Yep.
Oh.
We have another call. Welcome to Norman Friends. You're on the air.
Laurie and Norm, good afternoon. How
Hey,
are you
Al.
Hey, good afternoon.
How are you doing,
Al.
Al?
doing? The Celtics lost, but the Red Sox won.
Yeah.
Go Sox.
Well, we only lost by what, 3?
I don't know.
And the Celtics lost by 8. It was 9.
Was it 8? Oh, okay. Well, what? They're going to come back to Boston. We're going to win the 2 games.
You think that you're all right, everyone, all your listeners, Laurie. Well, Norm says they're going to. You feel confident with the Celtics going to win?
Well, I'm 92% sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think the Red Sox are the Red
What do you
Sox
think of
are.
Red Sox tonight? Another win, 1-0.
Oh, absolutely. We got a law. Are you a Red Sox fan? You're not a
No.
baseball fan, huh? Oh, no, that's right. They're Yankee fans here.
Yeah, I have an unpopular
okay.
opinion.
Yeah, I got a couple of Yankee fan guests here, so I better watch it. They'll throw towels at me or something.
Poke you in the
We're
eye.
not mean.
She's going to poke you in the eye.
Oh, that's right. She's going to poke me in the eye.
Norm, Laurie, and all your guests will have a few showers and maybe even a couple of thunderstorms tonight. Some of the thunderstorms have some small hail, maybe a few gusty winds with any of the storms, which will be around this evening as a strong cold front upper level disturbance moves through lows tonight near 40. And tomorrow and Friday, we're only going to be 50 and 55 both days with lots of clouds, some intervals, breaks of sun. There could be a scattered shower tomorrow and Friday afternoon. Still a risk of an afternoon shower, only in the 50s Saturday and Sunday. So it looks like we're going to have some cool weather right through the weekend. I know Laurie's not too happy, but Norman's probably happy. He doesn't really like
Still love you, Al.
hot
Yeah.
weather or warm weather.
Oh, I hate
it's
hot
gonna be
weather.
Cool right
Mm.
through the weekend, it looks like, with a upper level low. They'll slowly move up into the Canadian Marathon next week. That's going to just but it's only chilly at the ground here. We're picking up a cold air aloft, which means a quick shower over the weekend, too, in the afternoon.
Right. That's all right with me. You know.
It's all right with you? Okay.
Yeah.
I need sunshine
Best
so
we
we
can
get
do
on
this weekend is 50s right now.
Right. No. Hey, we had a good lunch yesterday, didn't we?
We did. Yes, it was a very nice place. We'll have to go back there and have breakfast sometime.
There you go. You'll enjoy it as well. The breakfast is just as good there. You know.
Yeah. Well, Norm, we'll talk to you early next week, probably Monday night. You'll be around.
Oh yeah, I'll be around. Give me a call.
Yeah. Have a good night, Laurie, Norm, and all your guests. Norm, we'll talk to you next week. Have a great week and
Yeah.
weekend.
Okay, you too.
Bye,
Bye bye
Bye,
now.
Al.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. You know who he is, right? Al Caprillion.
Well, I know that you talk about it a lot. So.
Yeah. He's a weatherman from Derry. He's on WBIN.
It sounded like he'd practiced that before.
Yeah. And he's a great guy.
He's amazing. He doesn't need cue cards or
And
anything.
you know how all the other
He
people
is-
have the cue card to read off from? Not him.
Mm.
And he's just got another contract from another radio station.
Awesome.
So I think
He's
him leaving
brilliant.
that TV station was a good thing for him.
I agree.
You know, so, and we go out to lunch a lot, you know. And,
Norm gets a little jealous because some people
Yeah.
recognize Al.
yeah, I cry. Makes my mascara run. So, have you ever wrote any composed or written any songs?
I have written a song on the guitar, and I have also arranged pieces for a flute choir.
Do you have that song here?
You know,
No excuses now. No excuses.
so
Mom.
It's your debut. Let's do it.
oh, the original song on the guitar. I will warn you. The problem is, I wrote down the words a long time ago, and I performed it and put it on YouTube, and then I was kind of done with it because when I look back at the lyrics, it doesn't really represent how I feel, and so I don't like to continue to perform it anymore because it almost feels childish in a way to me.
So
I
what?
love how she explains things.
No,
She
really
goes into
think
great
that's-
detail.
About the whole
She is
instruments. Most
definitely-
people say, "Oh, I play 58."
Yeah. You know what? She's going to be a great teacher.
Yeah.
She really,
I do like
because
the
she
way
has
you
a lot of patience in teaching, and especially with people that have adversities like handicap and all, like people like myself. Every once in a while, we get a little, have a little problem there, and we get a little angsty, and stuff like that. But she's got a gift, and I know the spirit really will tell you. You have so many angels. One of the things that I would encourage you to write is about your animal spirits.
Okay.
We all have animal spirits, okay? Right?
Mine's a Black Panther.
Yeah, I know. Well, you're sneaky like one. Very
Strong
quiet,
like one.
very strong, very observant.
And I'm beautiful and cuddly like one.
There you go. But I'm
Spirit
actually,
loves her.
Oh,
Spirit
Well,
loves
what-
all of us, but
yeah. But your animal guide, you have a very like a musical type bird, so to speak, like a lovebirds, the two lovebirds that make a lot of music and all that. But you also have a very strong, like you have a panther, you have a cougar. Very determined, very strong to be successful, okay? And no matter what the universe throws at you, you're going to be a lot stronger and more powerful, okay? And so just believe it. Write a song about your animal guides, okay? Do you have another flute or guitar you'd like to play? Because you're going to be entertaining. You don't mind, right?
you go right ahead. Beautiful.
I gave her a warning first, huh? But if you would like to do another song, we'd be honored to have you do it.
Sure.
One then, one the other.
I will see what I got in the paper pile over
Hey,
here.
they teach you. I see they teach you how to read in school.
Yes, they do.
Oh.
Some schools.
Some
not,
schools.
Not all.
Well, she goes to one of the better schools.
Hey, Norm, what's your animal guide?
My animal guide is a wolf, leader of a pack, and I also have a what was that tall statue in a totem pole.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm also a lion.
I could see that.
I'm a triple wheel. And what's this one?
So, this actually has a good backstory, I should say. So, I've probably played this song in front of so many people many, many times, and it's called Little Talks by Of Monsters and Men. And I have played this actually on a few different instruments. I've played this song on ukulele with one of my friends, Ben. And I will also occasionally, there's like a trumpet part in the original song, but when I have more people playing the guitar or string part, I will play the flute for what the original trumpet part was.
So we'll plan on having. Well, you're scared you'll come back on again.
Yeah.
So you can bring in two friends.
So I can bring a friend and we can do that, and then
Yeah.
it will be cool. And you
Well,
can see the song.
before she becomes rich and famous, remember, you heard her first on Norm and Friends. Right?
That's right.
So yeah, so that's this song, and I mean, normally there's like a million harmonies and stuff, but it's just me this
Gonna
time.
pull up this way, or they're gonna move the camera. There we go.
Okay, I'm just gonna move.
Can we get a
this
close up
way.
of her, please?
Okay.
Are they out there?
I hope so.
Well, I'll just start anyway.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go. Da, 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 da. Hey. Da, 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 da. Hey. Da, 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 you, my dear. The stairs creak as I sleep, it's keeping me awake. It's the house telling you to close your eyes. Some days I can't even trust myself. It's killing me to see this way. As though the truth may vary, this ship will carry our bodies safe to shore. Da 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 da. Hey. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Hey. Da 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 da. There's an old voice in my head that's holding me back. Tell her that I miss our little talks. Soon it will be over and buried with our past. We used to play outside when we were young and full of life and full of some days. I don't know if I am wrong or right. Your mind is playing tricks on you, my dear. As though the truth may vary, this ship will carry our bodies safe to shore. Don't listen to a word I say. Hey, the screams all sound the same. Hey, 'cause though the truth may vary, this ship will carry our bodies safe to shore. 'Cause though the truth may vary, this ship will carry our bodies safe to shore.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. And now, what was the hardest instrument for you to learn?
Ooh, okay. Probably piano, I will say, because I started on
You
flute.
gotta pull up.
Okay. I started on flute, which, I don't know, for people who know about music, there's treble clef and there's bass clef. So treble's like, you think flute, all the upper instruments. Bass clef, you think all the lower instruments. And so when you play piano, your left hand is bass and your right hand is the treble. So you have to do both at the same time, which is hard in itself. But being a person who only read treble clef, it's very difficult to try and get this hand and then try and line it up with both.
Interesting. I didn't
But you
know
did it, right?
I'm still working on it, but
Well, the one thing that you don't have, and I want to reemphasize that we talked about this, you don't have to be perfect. Okay? Her biggest problem is that she thrives to be perfect. And when you're perfect, then you're not actually leaving yourself any room to improve. Okay? Don't allow you, I want you to be on the road. I know you can be on the road, but don't let it all consume your time so that you forget to enjoy life. Okay, because that's going to be truly important. And I know you're going to be, Mommy, I can't have it when I come home. But you know what? We're going to talk you through it so that you can be there. And Mommy's going to be there to be your biggest support, your dad, your relative. You've got a lot of support behind you, which I think has made you who you are today. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. And I know it's hard to let go, but you're going to do okay. Okay. And when you're playing the trombone, I know one thing about it, you're going to be excellent at. You play the trumpet too?
I actually am going to start that also because I'm doing an internship with my band teacher and we're trying to learn more instruments while I'm here. And the trumpet and trombone were the two instruments that we're trying out for the rest of the semester until I get a cello.
Who said you're going to get a cello?
We're getting it for my graduation gift.
Who said?
Excellent.
My mom.
She gave it away already? Oh, she couldn't keep it a secret.
No, well, she's like, we have an appointment at the music store. And I'm like...
Oh, you'll do well. That's that thing that stands up, right?
Well, it's the sitting down one that's here.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, it's on the floor.
Oh, yeah, it's on the
it's
floor.
not here, though.
It's not there, no.
No, it's right here.
Isn't it refreshing she has an appointment at the music store and not at Best Buy for a new iPod?
Yeah.
Isn't it? I just thought about that. She probably already has one of them.
Well, she might, but she's excited
But I think
about
that,
other things.
I like what you just said. That's true. She's not looking out there. And you know what the best part is? She's not saying, when am I going to get my next drug? Or am I going to have a baby? Or that's my point, and all this other stuff. I want you to be proud of you and what you have accomplished, because only you can accomplish that. Mm-hmm. We can lead you on, we can encourage you, but until you actually thrive at what you're accomplishing, it's truly up to you. Mm-hmm. Okay. Your main goal is to go to Paris?
I want to travel everywhere, so sure, Paris is on there.
Yeah. Never underestimate yourself. Mm-hmm. She's successful, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, because you don't underestimate yourself. Anybody gets in her way, she's going to punch her right out there.
Poke him in the eye.
Yeah, right. I can see you talking to your daughter now. Hey, I learned a new phrase. You don't behave, I'm going to punch.
That's our theme for the day.
There you go. And one other thing I want to compliment any young person, one of their arts. You're an artist also, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so those are her psychic ability. Music and artwork is truly your psychic ability. Mm. That's like my cameraman. He does filming. That's his psychic ability. We all have different ways of doing psychic ability. Okay, mm-hmm. He knows if a person's going to buy a house or not, right? Mm-hmm. Do you smack them if they don't?
No.
How do you? If I come up to you,
I'm
okay?
sweet. I have embraced my feminine side. I don't smack people anymore.
Oh, okay.
Anymore being the key word.
Don't you like the way she said anymore?
And I liked the way she commented on it, because that just made it perfect.
Yeah. What if I told you we were going to have fun on this show. I would like it. Why don't you just come up and say hi?
I would
just
too.
Come up and just say hi to everybody for us, please. Okay. This is her great mother.
Yes.
Oh.
Right around over there between them two.
Mom.
This is Sue, the mother of this beautiful child and the beautiful mother. And how much time do you find that she devotes to her music?
Many hours. Pretty much has a lesson almost every day of the week. And then she also has
Pull that mic towards you.
jazz band, choir, jazz choir, and then lots of ad hoc things where people just ask her to come and help do something, whether it's at church singing during the service or helping with Sunday school or the Christmas pageant, or like at Camp Allen. That's where she did her Gold Award, and actually Matt did the filming for that. That was a great display of a lot of different types of instruments for people that might not have otherwise had that exposure. So
that's pretty cool. Well, you know what the best thing is? That you and your husband support her in everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though you might cry all the way to the bank or all the way home from the bank, but the thing is that you support her and everything. I think that is my compliment to you, and you don't see that with a lot of parents. You really don't, and I think that's awesome that you're willing to support her that way. And thank you for that. See, it wasn't so bad, was it?
nope, and I'm just going to sit right back on down.
Don't you like these instant call up? Like, one of the things I am concerned about, though, with you, Corinne, you get it right again.
Again? Wow, you're on a roll.
Yeah. But one of the things that I would really be concerned about is I don't want you to burn out. Okay. Because you're playing all these instruments. I would encourage you to take like a week off just before you go to school. Mm-hmm. I know I'm going to give you a challenge.
Oh.
A week before you go to school, no instruments at all.
I don't know how I'm going to live. Does that include singing? Because I need to do that.
I'll give you a little leeway on that.
Okay.
But the reason why, there's always a method to my madness. And I'm madness all the time, But it's because I don't want you to get burnt out.
Okay.
Okay? And I think it's important that you revise your energy when you go swimming. Are you a swimmer?
Oh, you have a pool, and yes, I do swim.
Okay. That's a good way to get rid of your anger and into hostilities too, you know. But I would really encourage it, and I know you know I will find out if you don't.
Oh,
right?
I know. He always finds out.
That's why we're psychic, you know. Well, I really, it's only to your benefit. If you have to, only 1 hour.
I wouldn't even give her that.
You're not
Nope.
even giving. Oh, okay.
Nope.
Well,
Because you know what? That
Then
1
an hour, I
hour
would leave
be
it to
59
two.
minutes. He won't know. I'll just do a few more. No, I'll just do. Next thing you know, 4 hours have gone by. Nope.
Mom, can we
And I
hold
would
her
say
to
make that a lifetime thing.
Will you help us?
Yes.
All right.
Great.
And the reason being is, like I said, because then you're going to appreciate yourself because you're going to be well rested when you go to school, and you're going to be like, yeah, I can do it all. Because when you do anything, you do it into real drama style. Just like when Cami does it, she does it real drama style. When she goes to sell her house, and she's really very drama. She's a very good salesperson. She always has that innocent young lady look selling or buying or whatever. She has that really innocent look about her. Okay. Right? Just see?
I know it doesn't work on you, Norm, but I'll try.
No, maybe tomorrow. But the goal that I don't set your goal, set your expectations so high that you're going to end up being very disappointed. Just go set your expectations at a certain level and know that you can accomplish them.
Okay.
Because the next year and a half are going to be the hardest years you've ever spent in college.
Since she's never gone to college, I could say that's 100% correct.
Me too.
I thought that too.
How about you?
I was keeping my mouth. I thought the same thing.
You're going to want to party your first month, or maybe two. We all do. We did. I did.
I mean, it's such a serious college, and it's on the
Good.
Princeton campus that I don't know if that would happen or not.
Oh, trust me, it
Trust
does.
me. It does.
You know, even the restrictions of Catholic colleges.
Yeah.
But just, you know, have fun. Okay, don't go overboard, but just have fun. But always remember this, that you're there for a reason. That's to educate yourself, you know. Don't look for other people's approval. Only look for your own. You've already got your mom. You've already got your dad. Even with your brother, even though you're kind of bossy to him, you know. He's going to miss that, by the way.
Really?
And you're going to miss him bossing you, too. You know, just, you know. But just relax and, you know what, have a good time with it. You know? Remember, you're paying a lot of money to go to school. You know, so enjoy and take... as well as you being a student, I have a feeling that you can be a teacher with a lot of the teachers there as well. When people come to my office, I learn from them as well as they learn from us. Okay. Think we ought to hear another song?
Sure. Absolutely.
Okay.
Want to do the flute or the guitar?
I only brought one for the flute.
Oh,
I came
okay.
straight from my flute lesson, and we just started working on new pieces. And since I had just performed that at a competition, and the other piece is like 15 minutes long, and I didn't think we would want to do that one. So.
No, that's fine. We got time.
So
Whatever you feel comfortable with.
Okay.
And I want the camera directly on her, please.
All right. See, it's funny, Norm, because you're like, don't prepare, and I'm like, ugh.
I'm never prepared. Not for this show, right?
Well, you just have to be flexible.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this one, so those were my two better songs, I think. This one is Realized by Colby Calais, and I actually haven't performed this one in maybe a year or so, but I practiced it today before I got here.
Oh,
So. Just like you like, Norm.
That's
All right.
Spontaneous.
I like it.
Okay. Take time to realize your warmth is crashing down on me. Take time to realize that I on your side. Didn't I tell you? But I can't spell it out for you. No, it's never gonna be that simple. But I can't spell it out for you. If you just realize what I just realized, then we'd be perfect for each other and we'll never find another. Just realize what I just realized. We'd never have to wonder if we missed out on each other now. Take time to realize, oh, I'm on your side. Didn't I tell you? Take time to realize this all can pass you by. Didn't I tell you? But I can't spell it out for you. No, it's never gonna be that simple. But I can't spell it out for you. If you just realized what I just realized, then we'd be perfect for each other and we'll never find another. Just realize what I just realized. We never have to wonder if we missed out on each other now.
Very good.
Nice.
Okay, what other one you got there?
Other ones?
Yeah, I told you to be prepared.
Yeah, I didn't know how much you wanted me to be
Well,
prepared
we
for.
got another what? 10 minutes here?
I could try to do something.
You gotta do song?
Improvise.
Yeah, you got remember now, they're gonna expect you to do that when you're on stage, you're in college. They're gonna have you improvising.
Okay. I think I know a song
How
I
about
can
Mary had a I'll sing with you. No, then my son will yell at me.
Michael
so.
text.
Yeah, my son will say, "Don't sing, Dad."
I think I have one more song that I can try to pull off.
Okay.
I will attempt. Let me find it. Yep. Oh my goodness, I'm trying.
That's all right. If I put that in song, you can do it. Right.
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. And it was thank you for what you have given to us. I think it was a pleasure having you, and I want you to stay till the end. Actually, if you could think of something for about 3 minutes before we get ready to close, I'll let you know. We got another 10 minutes here. So as a closing, like when we're shutting down, so we can tell everybody goodbye and all that. If you want to think of something by then, and that's fine too. So Cami, oh my goodness, I'm not deserting the boat yet. Maybe
I'm just
tomorrow.
impressed. I've tried to play the guitar, and I know how hard that is. So
I have to, and I can't play either, so.
I can't even hold the strings down. Hurts my fingers.
No.
We all have our talents, though.
Yeah, my son can play the instrument going to without lessons or some lessons like you. Anybody that can play a guitar, piano, whatever, I greatly admire.
Absolutely,
Okay?
me too.
And I think that, and it's all because that's your spirits are helping you. Always know this: whenever you get frustrated with a song, deep breathing exercise, as you know, right?
As I know, I was trying really hard not to be a perfectionist there.
And that's okay. That's okay. But because you did a fantastic job, and I know that
Absolutely.
we got a lot of viewers that probably will
Look her up on
Would I
YouTube.
download this, huh?
Yeah, they'll be looking her up on YouTube.
Yeah.
She's our
Absolutely.
Justin Bieber.
There you go.
There you go.
Just don't, you know.
No.
I'm not going down that path.
Next week, yeah. Last week was will be on this week.
Yes.
So next week I'll download you to YouTube.
Great.
Okay, so we'll make sure everybody from all around. Okay. Do not allow a love life to overcome your music. Okay, because if you get into involvement with any relationship, when you're so sensitive, your career can go blah, 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 down, and then you would end up resenting anything and everybody around you.
But on the other side, I would say don't let the music stop you from having a love life.
yeah.
She could be the next Taylor Swift, where all the music actually creates all of her music, all the
Yeah,
relationship.
she
and
does
pain.
do that. That's how she made a lot of money.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
broke a lot of hearts to get rich.
Yeah.
Or got rich breaking hearts. I'm not sure.
There you
how
go,
that
one or
works
the
out.
other, right?
She's young and she's rich. You know, you can't begrudge her much.
No, you know.
We always joke that, Taylor Swift just broke up with her boyfriend. Get ready for another album.
Yeah. Well, you know what? And she admits that on TV. I watched an interview with her one time, and she says that's the only way she can perform is by doing that. But it's so sad that she can't actually use that type of lyrics of breaking up with someone to be able to compose the music. It's sad. Because how sad she must be. If you think about all the money that she
She's
makes.
sad all the way to the bank. But I tell you, when she gets a little bit older, maybe her music will be a lot
I'm
different,
hoping,
a lot
yeah.
deeper.
Well, I
Well,
think it's
she's
just
young,
not
isn't she?
time for her yet. Right.
Yeah.
It's not time for her to be romantically involved yet. And I think this is just Spirit's way of...
I've seen the laundry list of guys she's gone through, and there's worse places to be in life.
That's right.
Well, I always tell them, you got a diamond ring for me, I'll be your friend forever. If not, you sleep on the couch. But the one thing I do know is that when it is time for you to settle down and have a relationship, you're going to do very well. And you will have 2 children.
Yay.
And you'll have to have a nanny, though,
Oh.
because you're not domesticated, let's be honest.
I mean, I grew up with nannies, so.
And I had this feeling that your mother would agree with me about you not being domesticated.
Yeah, when you see my room.
Yeah. Don't be surprised if I do one of these days.
I know.
Yeah.
I've heard that you might be seeing my room.
But the one thing that I want you to understand is this is your life now. It's up to you to make the best of whatever you can be. Don't allow other people to interfere in what you want to go. When you have a goal, you have an accomplishment. No damn man is worth it, honey. Believe me, or woman, believe me, they're not worth it. Okay, when the time is right, you will find Mr. Right. Yeah, I like the way I said that.
I like the way you said that, but I would also say be open, though, to your goals changing. Don't be so set on this has to happen, because you might find that you really want this to happen. And if you're so set that you have to do that, you're going to miss out on that, and you're going to always what if yourself.
Always be open-minded.
Okay.
Okay? You're not married right now, right? But you're in a relationship, right?
Not anymore.
Oh, you got one coming, honey. And
I've
boy,
always got one coming.
Oh, but you have to learn to not be so so controlling. It's your way or the highway.
Nope. My feminine side is coming out. I'm open to receive.
Good, okay. But I actually don't see you being in Bedford for a long period of time. I actually, or in Manchester, you're moving more towards a southern area.
Mm-hmm.
You're in your favorite, looking more like towards, I want to say more towards, I don't know what's in Illinois for you or wherever, like New Mexico or wherever, but I see you moving on because prosperity is beckoning in a higher range for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I saw you with a villa, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I see you doing a lot of sales. And I actually see, you have a passport, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I see you go to Morocco.
Morocco.
And I also see you go to Spain, or Greece.
Mm.
The gentleman I'm seeing you meeting has a Greek heritage.
Hmm.
So that'll be an interesting battle.
Battle. That's an interesting word.
Yeah.
What happened to loving relationship?
No,
it's
it
an
will
interesting
be, but I
battle.
mean, well, you know, you both will have a friendly term of relationship, but there's always going to be that a little bit of a power struggle. Who's the boss? Who's not the boss? Until you both come and say, "Wait a minute, we both are compromising." But you know, I don't want you to compromise so much that you lose your self-respect. You know what I'm
That'll
saying?
never happen.
No.
Oh no, but
I'll poke him in the eye.
there you go. There you go. You heard it, folks. She's learning.
Oh, you men out there?
But I also
Keep your
know
glasses
that
on.
you have a lot. You're gonna get a Mercedes.
I've had a Mercedes.
You don't like them?
I might have a Bentley.
Okay. Well, you're not a girl with champagne taste, are you?
I got rid of my Mercedes for the Fiat. I said I was getting rid of my yuppie to become the hippie that I am inside.
I've
I
always
like
been a
that.
hippie. I never want to outgrow that. If I could have another van, Volkswagen bus like I used to have with no flowers, oh, I'd be the happiest.
Do you remember my Mustang, the 64 and a half convertible?
Yeah.
That was my car.
You
She
know.
was.
But if I could just do the, there's a lot of things in there that if I could relive again that I'm not supposed to, so I don't want them, you know. One thing about you is that you actually, in your past, you were, as I told you, I believe I told you, I'm looking at Queen Elizabeth that you actually performed before, okay? And the king, you performed in your past life. This is why you have that goal, because you enjoyed what you were doing. This was your goal, to succeed in music. And as I told you, she also knew Beethoven. Okay, and Mozart. She knew a lot of them back then because she's an old soul. You actually played before the audience of Jesus Christ.
Wow, I wasn't told that before.
Okay, and they actually became very humble in the music that you played. Okay, so I also, and what it was like your voice was some kind of, I don't know what the instrument was, but some kind of an instrument, but your voice was very intriguing and really healing. You will always have a healing voice, always. That's important that you understand that. And the music that you play, like when you play at Carnegie Hall, when you play in Boston Symphony, when you play with the inner city, we can't use inner city, it's not politically correct.
Do you want me to get this call?
No.
Okay.
Well, let's see what it says. Wasn't quick.
Welcome to Norman Friends. You're on the air. Yep. I think we missed them. Alrighty.
Well, there'll be no more whole phone calls until next week. We're going to be, I want to thank everybody for tuning in this week. Great guest, Camelia over here, and Henrietta over here.
Cami.
I'm sorry?
Cami.
Oh, it's not Cameron?
It's Cami.
Cami, and Corinne.
Good.
And 2 for making a spot on check.
Cue cards.
There you go.
Put them on the shopping list.
We tried, the phone number's right here. He still doesn't remember,
No.
so we just gave those up.
And Lori, for thank you for being a great host.
Thank
And
you.
we've had a lot of fun.
Yes.
And thank you for coming on, both of you. And remember, you got a quick song you can play while we're saying this
So-
every day. As we get tuned out here, you are the winner.
So you know how you were talking about the song that I wrote originally? I'm going to just play the guitar part and then maybe do a chorus or something.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, you can play just because with me going off.
Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah.
So.
There you go. See you next week, folks. Have a good week. Bye-bye
Bye,
now.
guys.